Kublaya Pi Baro, Takani Deka MTET Syllabus 2023, Kabadai Jonga Subject Science, Haka Paper 2. Tingnya page jingkali by day bat kanika ka subject haki topic beper. Topic banangkong kadai sepang kanika characteristics of science. Jingkali banangkong, which of the following is a characteristic of scientific knowledge? Answer kadai C, open to revision. Question 2. What does it mean when scientists refer to a hypothesis as false? See fable. Answer kadai it can be proven false. Mentag by day but scientific knowledge. Question: which of the following statements best describes a theory in science? Answer day C, a well substantiated explanation. Question 4. What is peer review in the context of scientific research? Answer B, evaluation of a scientific study by other experts in the field. Next, scientific inquiry. What is the primary goal of scientific inquiry? C, describing and explaining natural phenomena. 6. In a controlled experiment, what is the purpose of a control group? To provide a baseline for comparison. Next, scientific method. Question 7. Which step of the scientific method involves forming a specific prediction based on a hypothesis? Answer prediction. 8. What is the first step in the scientific method? Answer making observations is the first step in the scientific method. Scientific attitude. Question 9. What does it mean to be skeptical in a scientific context? Answer questioning and critically evaluating information. Question 10. What is the importance of curiosity in the scientific attitude? Answer it derives the desire to explore and understand the world. Next, learning objectives, science with reference to NCF 2005, National Curriculum Framework, NCF 2005. Question 1. According to NCF 2005, what is the primary goal of science education? Answer developing critical thinking and scientific temper. Question 2. What is the emphasis of NCF 2005 regarding the teaching of science concepts? Answer inquiry-based learning and understanding. 3. According to NCF 2005, why is it important to integrate science with daily life experiences? Answer to make learning more relevant and meaningful. Question 4. NCF 2005 emphasizes the need for a continuous and comprehensive evaluation in science education. What does this mean? Answer continuous assessment throughout the year. 5. According to NCF 2005, what role does experimentation play in science education? Answer, it is essential for fostering creativity, curiosity, and critical thinking. 6. NCF 2005 encourages teachers to adopt a constructivist approach. What does this mean? Constructivist approach. Encouraging students to construct their own knowledge through experiences. 7. In the context of NCF 2005, what is the role of interdisciplinary connections in science education? Answer integration with other subjects for a holistic understanding. Number 8. According to NCF 2005, what is the significance of local context and culture in science teaching? It is recognizing and incorporating local examples to enhance learning. Next, the types of assessment. Number one, what type of assessment is conducted during the learning process? During the learning process to provide feedback for improvement. Cái formative assessment. 2. At an end of term exam that evaluates the overall understanding of a subject is an example of summative assessment. Next, purpose of assessment. 3. What is the primary purpose of diagnostic assessment in science education? Identifying learning gaps and misconceptions. 4. When assessing scientific inquiry skills, which purpose is emphasized? Promoting critical thinking and problem solving. Next, tools and techniques. Which tool is commonly used for formative assessment in the science classroom to gauge immediate understanding? Answer homework assignments. 6. What is the purpose of a rubric in science assessment? Providing specific criteria for evaluation. Next, assessment techniques. 7. What assessment technique involves students demonstrating the knowledge and skills in a practical setting? Answer performance assessment. 8. When assessing scientific experiments, which technique allows students to explain the thought processes and reasoning? Answer project work. Next, challenges in science assessment. What is a common challenge in assessing creativity and innovation in science? Answer limited assessment tools. 10. How can alternative assessments such as portfolios and projects address the challenge of assessing real-world applications of science knowledge? By providing a diverse range of assessment tasks. Next topic, approaches to teaching science. Number 1, what teaching approach involves students actively engaging with materials and manipulating objects to explore scientific concepts? Answer C, hands-on activities. Number 2, which method emphasizes the use of systematic and careful examination of phenomena to gather data and draw conclusions? Answer experiment. 3. What teaching strategy involves visually representing the relationships between scientific concepts in a graphical format? Answer concept map. Number 4. In which teaching approach do students actively construct their own understanding of scientific concepts through personal experiences and reflection? Answer constructivism. 5. Which method involves gathering information through careful watching and noting of natural occurrences or phenomena? Observation. Next topic, use of local resources. Question 1. How can teachers effectively integrate local resources into science lessons? Answer use local examples to make science more relevant. Number 2. What is a benefit of incorporating local examples and contexts in science teaching? It enhances students' understanding and connection to their surroundings. Textbooks. What is the role of textbooks in science education? Answer to support and guide learning with structured content. According to effective science teaching practices, how should teachers use textbooks. B, as a reference alongside other materials. Next topic kaniga ICT, the use of science in information and communication technology. How can ICT be effectively used in science teaching? They supplement traditional methods to enhance learning. Number 6, which of the following is an example of ICT is in science education? Answer C, interactive simulations. Next, 7, laboratories. What is the primary purpose of science laboratories in schools? To provide hands-on experiences and reinforce theoretical concepts. By day, field trips. How can field trips contribute to science education? Answer by providing practical experiences outside the classroom. On films, how can films be effectively used in science teaching? To provide a visual supplement to enhance understanding. Next, science exhibition. What is the purpose of organizing science exhibitions in school? Answer, to encourage hands-on projects and promote creativity. Next, school science concepts, content areas, jong subject science. Kabanungkong kadai motion. What is emotion? Answer kadai the act of changing position is emotion. Question 2, which of the following is an example of a circular motion? Answer B, a bicycle turning around a corner. Next, by day but force. What is force? A push or a pull of an object. Question 4, which of the following is an example of a force? Blowing air. Next, energy. What is energy? The ability to do work. 6, which of the following is a form of energy? Sound. Sound energy. Weight, color, size, kamday energy. Sound badai ka form of energy. Next, relationships between motion, force, and energy. What force pulls objects towards the center of the earth? Kadai gravitational force. 8, when you kick a soccer ball, what happen or what kind of energy are you giving to the ball? Kinetic energy. Applications, what kind of energy does the sun gives us? The light energy. Question 10, which force is responsible for making a car come to a stop when the brakes are applied? Kadai ka frictional force. Next, heat and temperature. What is the heat? The transfer of energy from a hot object to a cold object. How does heat transfer occur in solids? In solids, heat transfer occur by conduction. Measuring temperature. What unit is commonly used to measure temperature? Kadai Celsius. For what temperature scale is used in most countries around the world? Kadai Celsius. Expansion and contraction. When a substance expands, what happens to its particles? Particles, they move further apart. Number 6, what is an example of an everyday object that expands when heated and contracts when cooled? Answer kadai metal spoon. Applications, how does a thermostat work in controlling room temperature? Answer by expanding and contracting with temperature changes. Question 8, why does wearing light colored clothing feel cooler on a sunny day? Answer, light colors reflect more heat. Next, conduction, convection, and radiation. How does heat transfer occur in liquids and gases? Convection. In solids, conduction. In liquids and gases, convection. 10, which method of heat transfer does not require a medium? Medium, solid, liquid, gas for propagation, radiation. Next topic, light. What is the speed of light in vacuum? 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. 2, which of the following is a transparent material? Glass. Reflection and refraction. What happens when light waves bounce off a smooth surface? Reflection. What is refraction? Refraction is a bending of light as it passes through a medium of different density. Color and spectrum. When white light passes through a prism, what does it produce? A rainbow. What is the primary color of light? Primary color of light, white. Next, electricity. What is the flow of electric charge called? The flow of electric charge, current. What is the unit of electric current? Amperes. Question 9. Which of the following is a good conductor of electricity? Copper. Rubber, glass, plastic, bad conductor of electricity. Tangka copper, belong metal. 10. What is the purpose of a switch in an electrical circuit? The purpose of a switch in an electrical circuit to open or close the circuit. States of matter. Solid states, liquid states, or gaseous states. Number 1. In which state of matter do particles have the least energy and are closely packed together? They have the least energy and are closely packed together, solid. Number 2. What happens to the arrangement of particles when a substance changes from solid to liquid? From solid to liquid, the particles move further apart. Properties of states of matter. What is a characteristic property of gases? Compressibility. 4. Which state of matter has both definite shape and definite volume? Solid. Changes of state. What is the process of a gas changing into a liquid called? Gas change to a liquid, condensation. During which change of state does a substance absorb heat energy from its surroundings? During evaporation. What is the process of a liquid changing into a gas at the surface called? Evaporation. How is dry ice different from regular ice? It is colder and sublimes directly from a solid to a gas. Question 9. Which property of matter is the ratio of mass to volume? Density, ratio of mass to volume. Why does a balloon filled with helium float in the air? Because helium is lighter than air. Acids and bases. What is the pH scale used to measure? pH scale used to measure acidity or alkalinity. Alkalinity. 2. Which of the following substances is typically sour in taste and turns blue litmus paper red? Acid. 3. Which acid is found in citrus fruits like lemons and oranges? Citric acid. 4. What is a common household base used for cleaning purposes? Baking soda. Neutralization and salts. What is formed when an acid reacts with a base? It forms salt and water. 6. Which of the following is a salt? Table salt. Indicators. What is the purpose of using indicators in testing for acids and bases? To determine the acidity or alkalinity of a substance. Which indicator turns red in the presence of an acid and blue in the presence of a base? Litmus paper. How can you neutralize a bee sting, which is acidic? By applying baking soda paste. Question 10. What is the pH level of a neutral substance? 7. Balong acidic substance below 7, nangta above 7 ki base. Chemical symbols. What is the chemical symbol for oxygen? O2. Which element is represented by the chemical symbol Na? Sodium. What is the chemical formula for water? H2O. What is the chemical formula for carbon dioxide? CO2. What is a compound? A compound is a substance made up of 2 or more different elements chemically combined. Which of the following is an example of a mixture? Salt, water. In a chemical equation, what does the arrow represent? Reactants turning into products. Question 8. What is the balanced chemical equation for the reaction between hydrogen and oxygen to form water? Kadai B, 2H2 plus O2 plus 2H2O. Kalong kumni, hagbas dang kadai tang kadai H2 plus O2 ngiyo H2O. Kadai kumni bas dang H2 plus O2 kadai H2O. Henry kani kampat balance. Namar hang ni uniu O2 udon artli oxygen hang ni pat udon tangu O. Uniu 2 dai jong hydrogen. Teban long 2 oxygen ngibo 2 nakmat. Ngibo 2 kumni nang ta kani hydrogen menta kala long new H2 but new 2 la long 4 ngi dai ban multiply 2 to 4 hang ni dang dai 2 kamut ngibo 2 nakmat 2 into 2 la long 4 but oxygen hang ni new oxygen O kain lang but new 2 dai R tliu oxygen kamut hang ni ru la don R la balance menta. Teka dai kani ka option B. Question 9. What is a product in a chemical reaction? Product, the substance on the right side of the arrow. Kum kani ka equation, kani right side kadai product, kani left side kadai reactants. Question 10. What is the chemical formula for methane? Kadai CH4. Next topic, plants and animal cells. Question 1. Which part of the cell is known as the control center and contains genetic material? Kadai nucleus. 2. What is a feature unique to plant cell that is not found in animal cell? Kadai cell wall. Cell structures. Which organelle is responsible for producing energy in the form of ATP in both plant and animal cells? Kadai kani ka mitochondrion. Question 4. What is the function of the chloroplast in plant cells? Capturing sunlight for photosynthesis. Cell organelles. Which organelle is responsible for packaging and transporting proteins within the cell? Kadai kani ka B. Golgi apparatus. What is the function of the vacuole in plant cells? Kadai storage of water, nutrients and waste. Next, differences between plant and animal cells. What is the key structural difference between plant and animal cells? Presence of cell wall in plant cells. What structure is found in animal cells but not in plant cells? Lysosome. Cell division. What is the process by which cell divides and creates new cells? Mitosis. During which phase of the cell cycle does cell division occur? During M phase. Next, nutrition in plants and animals. Plants make their own food through a process called photosynthesis. Which part of the plant is responsible for absorbing water and minerals from the soil? Kadai roots. 3. Animals that eat only plants are called herbivores. What is the primary function of the digestive system in animals? Breaking down food. Which of the following nutrients is essential for the growth and repair of body tissues? Kadai proteins. What is the main nutrient in rice and pasta that provides energy to the body? Kadai carbohydrates. Which organ in the human body produces bile to aid in digestion? Kadai liver. Animals that eat both plants and animals are called omnivorous. Where does the process of digestion begin in the human body? Kadai mouth. Which nutrient helps in insulating the body and serves as a long-term energy storage in animals? Kadai fats. Respiration in plants. Which process in plants involves the exchange of gases where oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is released? Kadai respiration. Where does respiration mainly occur in plants? Mitochondria. Respiration in animals. What is the primary purpose of respiration in animals? Producing energy. During a respiration in animals, what gas is taken in and what gas is released? Oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is released. Cellular respiration. What is the overall equation for cellular respiration? Glucose plus oxygen gives to carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. In which cellular organelle does cellular respiration occur in animal cells? Mitochondria. Fermentation. In the absence of oxygen, what process allows cells to produce energy through the breakdown of glucose? Fermentation. Which of the following is a product of fermentation in cells? Lactic acid. What is the primary purpose of respiration in both plants and animals? Producing energy. What is the name of the process in plants where glucose is converted into energy in the presence of oxygen? Aerobic respiration. Circulation in animals. What is the primary organ responsible for pumping blood in the circulatory system of most animals? Heart. Which type of blood vessels carry oxygenated blood away from the heart to the rest of the body? Arteries. Blood vessels with thin walls that allow the exchange of gases and nutrients between the blood and tissues are called capillaries. What is the purpose of valves in the circulatory system? Prevent the backflow of blood. In a double circulatory system, how many circuits does blood travel through in one complete cycle? 2. Which chamber of the heart pumps oxygenated blood to the rest of the body in the human circulatory system? Left ventricle. The liquid component of blood, which contains water, electrolytes, and proteins, is called plasma. What is the purpose of red blood cells in the circulatory system? Carry oxygen. 9. Which blood vessels carry blood back to the heart? Veins. The process of blood moving through the circulatory system is known as circulation. Tang kini jingkeli by day bat ka science kublai sibon.